sasakyan, literally, we suspected pumasok, for example, sa Batangas port.
Okay.
And then the import entry doon naka-lodge yan through,
Okay.
of course, through the IT system. Although later on, mabubura yan eh. That's the modus that we found out. And then the certificate of payment, supposed to be, if it's Batangas, dapat doon din literally yung form.
Okay. Okay.
But the form was purchased from the port of Davao. So may scheme talaga, ma'am. And but anyway, I'll digress a bit. Sinold na namin yun, ma'am. No? But just for the
But
understanding.
why would they want the certificate of payment to be in another place? Kasi ibababaan doon.
No, ma'am. Para mahirap matrace kung iimbestigahan yun, ma'am.
Ganon?
Of course. So, and then yung x-ray din yan, ang makitang image was Raptor for that Bugatti, meaning parang pick up yun. Pero yung laman, iba. So, it's an elaborate method of cheating the government.
Magandang araw ho mga kababayan. Grabe to! Nilantad na mismo ng Bureau of Customs kung paano raw nagawang maipasok ng mag-asawang Discaya ang mga luxury car sa bansa ng halos walang bayad na buwis. Ang tawag ngayon ng mga netizens dito, Discaya method. Pero ang tanong, paano nga ba nakakalusot ang ganitong kalalaking kotse sa ilalim mismo ng ilong ng customs? At sino pa ba ang mga kasabwat nila? Ayon mismo sa BOC, ilang sasakyan na inangkat ng mag-asawang ay walang import entry. Ibig sabihin, wala silang ipinakitang dokumento ng tamang pagpasok ng mga kotse sa ating bansa. Ilan daw dito ay may high-end brands tulad ng Lamborghini, Ferrari, McLaren at Bugatti. Pero teka lang ho mga kababayan, hindi lang yan. May mga certificates o payment na peke o kulang. Kaya halos wala silang nabayarang duties at taxes. Ang mas malala pa mga kababayan, may mga x-ray images daw sila na tinamper o pinalitan para magmukhang pickup o SUV lang ang laman ng container. Sa madaling salita, niloko mismo ang sistema ng customs. Hindi rin daw nag-iisa ang mga mag-asawa. Gumamit sila ng mga dummy importers o mga kumpanyang may dudang papel para magmukhang legal ang mga importasyon. At ayon pa sa BOC, may mga kasabwat sa loob ng ilang import personnel kaya nakakalusot ang shipment kahit halatang may problema sa papeles. Dito na pumapasok ang mga malalaking issue. Kung ganito ka-organisado ang mga Discaya method, ibig sabihin hindi ito kaya ng ordinaryong tao lamang. May malalim na koneksyon at sistemang bulok sa loob ng customs na nagpapalaganap ng ganitong smuggling. Ito ho mga kababayan, rektahin na po natin sa video para mapanood po natin ang buong detalye kung paano isinawalat ng Bureau of Customs ang maanumalyang nangyari dito sa pag-i-import ng mga bigating kotse ng mga Discaya.
That, no? Let's discuss a particular issue. Yung sa kotse ni La Discaya, ano yung kwento doon? Like, I know you're taking actions now. I've read the papers. But how does this happen? Pumasok ba yan sa Freeport Zone? Hindi na-detect ang pagpasok? Kasi syempre mainit sa mata yung luxury car. Laki-laki pa. So, how does that even happen?
Yes, ma'am. There were three ways or methods on how the 30 cars that we were able to
Record whether it's just Discaya or some other
Yes, ma'am.
other hoodlum out there, no?
That's right, ma'am.
There's more out there for sure.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, we're looking
So we're
into
using
the
that example because that's what's in the news.
yes, ma'am. We're looking into the 15 listed contractors that are allegedly involved in the the ghost projects, the infra projects. So there were until today, but there were three ways that were used by the importers for these cars. But we categorize those three ways. One, those that came in with a tampering of the import entry system, meaning yung pinaka parang birth certificate ng kotse, ma'am. So nawala yun with no import entry and then no certificate of payment. That's one category. Number two,
understand
Yes,
it,
ma'am.
no, and have a relevant discussion and, if necessary, legislation. Can you repeat that phrase? Exactly what you just
Yes, ma'am.
said.
The first category would be those that entered without an import entry,
Okay.
and then at the same time, there's no certificate of payment.
Okay. So when you say they don't have an import entry, so as of now, you cannot trace kung paano pumasok yon. Is that what you mean? Kasi hindi mo nabigyan ng, wala silang
Yes, ma'am.
proof na pumasok ng maayos. Import
ma'am.
entry, I'm just taking
Ma'am,
it from its logical...
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. What does that
Mag-example
mean?
ako, ma'am, para mas
Sige,
maintindihan.
sige.
For example, one case, hindi lang yan, ma'am, to rewind.
Oo, yeah.
Yung Bugatti, for example, before. Ang sasakyan, literally, we suspected pumasok, for example, sa Batangas port.
Okay.
And then the import entry doon naka-lodge yan through,
Okay.
of course, through the IT system. Although later on, mabubura yan. That's the modus that we found out. And then the certificate of payment, supposed to be, if it's Batangas, dapat doon din literally yung form.
Okay, okay.
But the form was purchased from the port of Davao. So may scheme talaga, ma'am. And but anyway, I'll digress a bit. Sinold na namin yun, ma'am. No? But just for the
But
understanding.
why would they want the certificate of payment to be in another place? Kasi ibababaan doon.
No, ma'am. Para mahirap matrace kung iimbestigahan niyo yun, ma'am.
Ganon?
Of course. So, and then yung x-ray din yan, ang makitang image was Raptor for that Bugatti, meaning parang pick up yun. Pero yung laman, iba. So, it's an elaborate method of cheating the government. And then your certificate of payment,
Image na galing sa machine ninyo o na pinoproduce nila?
well,
Paano nagbago yung image?
tampered yun, ma'am. Ano? But if talaga na x-ray yan, dapat lalabas yung
Maayos.
totoo. Yes, ma'am. So tampered yung image para yun ang magiging basis ng valuation. So you'll pay less.
Okay, so in this case that you're using as an example,
Yes, ma'am.
then that means there would be customs employees and officials in the Port of Batangas and the Port of Davao that
Yes, ma'am.
connived with the importer.
Yes, ma'am. In the case of the Discaya cars, ma'am, ports of Cebu, Davao, Batangas, MICP, POM. So marami
Pero
po yan.
karami.
30 cars po yun, ma'am. But
Is it just one importer or a couple of importers
iba-iba
also?
po, ma'am. We already have the complete report and we submitted already
And obviously
the
they're
report.
not their only clients, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you can get a warrant to also look at their list of clients.
Yes, ma'am. That's what we're doing right now. We submitted the official report already to the ICI, and then we're already also doing our best to go after the other listed the contractors that are listed
Kasi
in the
these luxury
15
cars are an interesting case because they're huge, di ba?
Yes,
Ilan
ma'am.
kotse ang kasya sa isang 40-footer? Ilan lang?
Isa
Apat?
or dalawa lang, ma'am,
Dalawa lang.
usually.
Diba?
Pero yung pag maliliit,
As
nagiging
opposed to,
tatlo pa yun.
I don't know, maybe jewelry, ang dami nun, di ba? Baka hindi mo mapuno yung isang container van sa jewelry or I don't know, some other, I don't know what luxury things people buy.
Yes, ma'am. But just
but wow.
to note, mama, we already immediately implemented measures to end this, and we've already also have a formal agreement with the new LTO chief that kasi it takes two to tango for these
Yeah,
two
that's why
agencies.
we invited the OTR, but I don't know if Mr. Arca, but later on, ano,
Yes,
for just a more organized discussion.
And then in this case, ma'am, meron sanang
Si LTO para pag-register nila.
yes, ma'am, kasi
Oo.
kung perfected
Pero parang napansin ko, nakaparada lang dun sa malalaking garahe nila eh. Happy na yata silang nakadisplay lang dun eh.
tinurn
Ngayon, sabi ng BOC, naglabas na sila ng warrant of seizure and detention laban sa mga sasakyan. Pero let's be honest po mga kababayan, ilang beses na nating narinig yan. Kapag mahirap ang nahuli, diretso agad sa kulungan. Pero kapag milyonaryo at konektado, investigasyon lang muna at madalas nawawala ang mga ebidensya. Ang dapat natin tanungin ngayon mga kababayan, sino ang mga nasa likod ng Discaya Couple? Sino ang mga opisyal ng custom na nakapirma sa mga papeles? At bakit parang tahimik lang ang mga nasa itaas? Alam nyo mga kababayan, habang milyon-milyong piso ang nalulusot sa ganitong smuggling, tayo namang ordinaryong mamayan ay nagbabayad ng VAT, excess tax at kung ano-ano pa. Kaya ang dapat nating ipanawagan, transparency sa BOC at accountability sa mga opisyal. Hindi sapat na i-press release lang ang mga modus. Kailangan hong may makulong at maibalik ang pera ng ninakaw sa kaban ng bayan.
Cover naman po sa amin, ma'am.
No, I mean in general, ano ba ginagawa ng mga collector? Naka-display lang, so baka hindi nila kailangan ng plaka. Hindi ko alam. Nilalabas ba nila yung mga kotse nila?
Yung sa LTO side, ma'am, I'm not sure. But sa BOC side, ma'am, we're already pursuing the immediate...
Maybe Senator Sherwin knows. I don't know anything about cars, so do they just like to look at it, you know?
ay, mga ano.
No, I'm just commenting on, I'm happy
Yes,
that
ma'am.
nagko-coordinate ka sa LTO. Pero malay ko ba kung hindi na magamit ng plaka yun, tapos yung iba, yung ano nila, yung property nila, baka doon na lang nila, laki ng property nila, doon na lang nila pinapaikot.
Mga ganun po.
Eh sabi
Marami
nung
po,
isa, binili daw niya yung kotse niya dahil daw sa payong.
nandun pa yung payong naman,
Hindi na
ma'am.
kailangan ng plaka, kung payong lang pala yung habol doon.
Nandun pa ho yung payong, ma'am, when we apprehended. Sa Rolls Royce po yun. So, ma'am, yun nga po, supposed to be meron sanang tulong ang BIR doon na maganda yung one of the checks and balances that was in place pero na-override din yan. Meron sanang authority to release imported goods which is required for these vehicles that before ito ma-process talaga, a trig, the authority to release imported goods, dapat makuha sa BIR. But from the BOC side, nung hindi pa nakuha yung trig, dapat yung mechanism na sana yun. Ano? So from the BOC side, inallow yung continuation ng procedure, ng processing, even without that rig. So dapat sana, yung trig kasi mahigpit ang BIR, lumalabas kasi sa BIR yung tamang value na dapat bayaran sa excise tax. So yun yung magiging computation. So kung mataas yun, hindi yun magiging consistent with the one doing the magic in the tampering of the computation. So in-override yun. So immediately what we did, you can no longer process the importation, hindi lang ng mga sasakyan, ma'am, ano? But if an trig is required, if there's no trig, we already issued the memo that the process of valuation and then of course the payment should not be done by BOC. So pinagbawalan namin immediately yun, ma'am. So, to recognize the value supposed to be of the BIR's trig being a requirement of the process. So pinatigil na namin yun, ma'am. And then the second method, maraming details po talaga yun, ma'am, but offhand, yung isa yun. Then meron namang merong import entry pero wala naman certificate of payment. And then lastly, dun sa Discaya cars, ma'am, out of the 30, meron naman silang 17 cars na nagbayad naman dun sa bumili sila from the regular or respected car distributors that are members of CAMPI and AVIL. But according to ICI, we also could not release these cars to them because BIR will look into the other aspect po baka kasi galing, of course, ito. Presumably, the assumption is if this is from, of course, ill-gotten, well, hindi mo pwedeng basta i-release. So, hindi namin i-release yung 17 cars, although those were bought from regular dealers. And then, from the BOC side, we will look into that. We will do a post-clearance audit operations or process dun sa mga nag-import naman po nun, ma'am.
Ikat muna natin dyan, mga kababayan. Ngayon, heto po ang mas nakakainis dyan, mga kababayan. Habang ipinagyayabang ng gobyerno na lumalakas daw ang ekonomiya, may mga ganitong kaso ng malalaking korupsyon na pinapalampas lang. At ang tanong ng marami, nasaan ang Malacanang? Nasaan si PBBM at si Martin Romualdez? Kasi kung flood control scam ng mga kaalyado nila, tahimik, ngayon, luxury cars smuggling na milyon-milyon din ang halaga, tahimik pa rin. Ibig sabihin, kapag hindi kalaban sa politika, protektado. At heto na naman tayo, mga kababayan. Paulit-ulit na kwento ng mayayamang nilalabanan daw ang gobyerno. Pero sa totoo lang, pinoprotektahan pala. Habang nilulubog tayo ng buwis, sila naman nakaka-smuggle ng mga sasakyang na mas mahal pa sa buong barangay. Aray ko po, hindi lang ito simpleng paglabag. Insulto ito sa lahat ng nagbabayad ng tama. Ang dapat gawin ng BOC, hindi lang seizure, dapat pangalanan ang lahat ng kasabwat, mula sa importer hanggang sa opisyal ng port na pumirma. At kung may kinalaman ang mga politiko, dapat din silang managot. Kasi kung hindi, walang patutunguhan ang sinabing anti-corruption drive ng administrasyon. Lahat ng ito magiging palabas lamang. Kaya mga kababayan, ang Discaya method ay malinaw na simbolo na kung gaano ka-institutionalized ang korupsyon sa bansa. Hanggat may koneksyon ka, may paraan. Hanggat nasa pwesto ang mga bulok na opisyal, tuloy ang smuggling, tuloy ang pagnanakaw. Kaya huwag tayong manahimik mga kababayan. Panagutin ang mga smuggler at higit sa lahat, ang mga opisyal na nagpapalusot. Ako po si Opinion and Reaction PH at ito ang ating YouTube commentary. Walang kasinungalingan at pawang katotohanan lamang po. Lagi po kayo mag-iingat at God bless.